Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. I'm Alexander with the Ravenswood Academy, and I have something pretty special to share with you today. While traveling in the UK, I was able to encounter the Lewis Chessmen. And in case you didn't know, the Lewis Chessmen are the most famous chess set of all time, nearly 1,000 years old, each piece hand carved out of ivory and just entrenched in beauty and mystery. And of course, seeing this set my imagination running, I thought, boy, would this make a great deck of playing cards. You have the kings already, you have the queens, you even have the jacks by way of the warders. And so I set to work designing, and now after all this time, finally, I can share that design with you, and I'm really pleased with the outcome. I think you'll be too. Let's take a look at what you'll be getting when you back the Kickstarter. So first things first, the box. To me, the box is the first thing you see. It has to call to you, it has to resonate with you. We took designs from the back of the throne. Now, some people may not realize, but these chess pieces are actually sitting on a throne, and if you look at the back, no detail has been spared. The original artist carved intricate, beautiful patterns into the back of the throne. And so I wanted to really honor that and pay homage to that. And so the front of the tucked box is actually carved with what you would see on the throne backs. On the other side, we have a glimpse of all the portraits you're getting: kings, queens, soldiers with swords and shields. And I wanted something really calming to the eye, really classical looking. The Ravenswood Academy. You get a beautiful red stamp as an accent, and I thought, what better way to pay tribute to where these chess pieces were originally found in the 1830s than to put a map of the Isle of Lewis where they were discovered, hence the name Lewis Chessmen, and put a little X marking the spot. I thought that was a nice little tribute and kind of a good thing to see when your eye is taking in these chess pieces, and then there's that beautiful flash of red with the island there. Just really catchy. So even on display, I have a few here, even just at rest or displayed or on a bookshelf, to me, even then, the object should be beautiful, it should be eye-catching. So I really wanted to just make a box that, even though it was in black and white, like the Ivory Chessmen, not vibrant or neon, it still commanded your attention and captured your eye with the detail. So that was my thoughts on designing the box, and I think you'll really appreciate it. Once you pop the box, you will get glimpses of 3 pawns, one on each flap. So a nice little kind of moment for the more of the chess pieces coming to life. The cards come out, and then what do we have here? Beautiful ad card. On the back, a little blurb, some thoughts about the chess set, the history, the year they were discovered. And then we have, right off the bat immediately, the jokers. These are some of the bishops from the chess set. And you say, now wait a minute, why are you making the bishops the jokers? Well, firstly, I couldn't resist because they're holding giant J's. But secondly, there are actually medieval records of bishops in the churches making jokes and trying to use humor to engage their audience and connect with all the peasants that they were trying to educate, and maybe even sometimes cracking a joke a little dirtier than they should have. So I couldn't help myself. I thought the bishops would make wonderful jokers. And then when we finally bring this to print, once the project is successful, these two will be made a diptych joker. You'll have the R and the A surrounding them, just like we've done all of our jokers before. And then the back design. Oh, I knew it had to be good. Celtic knots can be very beautiful when you go back and look at original artwork. But in modernity, sometimes people get a little too crazy with them, or they're poorly done. They just slap those designs. on everything in a mishmash pattern, and I knew I didn't want a really busy looking back with just a bunch of mess of Celtic knots. I didn't want something that looked too cartoony or too garish. I really wanted to honor the spirit and the solemnness of the Chessmen. And so finally, I think we really nailed. We went through many a design. I think finally we nailed exactly what this is all about. Simplicity, beauty. You get a beautiful pawn kind of entrenched with this halo of darkness here, like it's about to be swallowed in the void. Because remember, the chess pieces were almost lost. It's very easy that we could have never found them. It looks like almost like a modern tattoo, but at the same time, this pawn is coming from an 1830s sketch that we were sourcing. And then beyond that, the pawn was originally carved 1,000 years ago, 12th century. So it really is a timeless design, and I'm so happy with it. When you have the back just, I guess you could say, coalesced with the rest of the deck, there's only one card showing. It really sits well by itself. When you do something like a ribbon spread, there's only one back design visible, so the eye kind of follows the tail to like the end, like a comet. When you do a fan, there's only going to be one design showing. I just really am fond of it. I've done more intricate back designs in the past, and this time I wanted to dip into some simplicity, and I just think the design really speaks for itself. As for aces, each ace is going to be decked out with the artwork from another throne back. So a throne back from a king, a queen. Each one is going to be different. Each one very intricately carved and beautifully done by the original artist, and so we wanted to kind of honor that spirit, I guess you could say, and make each and every single ace, instead of just the ace of spades, make each single one something to look at. And then finally, once you get past all of the pawns and you have all of these guys out of the way, then of course you get to, on the chessboard, the kings, the queens, and each one is going to be a unique design from one of the chessmen. Each one has an interesting facial expression, an interesting item they're holding, maybe a drinking horn, a sword. I really get lost sometimes just looking at these, and I think they really have done their job as far as conveying this lost sense of time and place, you could say. The pips themselves, the hearts, the clubs, the spades, the diamonds, we went with these really big, bold colors, and something you could see from across the room. Something really classical feeling, like 1800s, like maybe this was a deck made in the 1800s when the chessmen were originally found. And they've got such a nice, clean look to them. I'm really happy with how fat and wide we made them, so it just kind of really makes a design pop in, like, say, a ribbon spread, or in card flourishing. As for the quality of this deck, you know I've been at cards for a while, so I appreciate a deck that handles well. And while aesthetically, the first thing that touches the deck, if you will, is the eyes, it can't end just because you pick it up. It has to feel nice, even if you're just doing a little game of solitaire. It has to match your skills if you're going to be doing card flourishing, fans, aerials, ribbon spreads, all of the things that we have to do when we engage in that practice. And so I'm really going to work hard to make sure that you get a deck that rises to your skills and your needs, no matter what it may be. If you want to give this as a gift, it's really going to impress. If you want to use it just as an object in still meditation, thinking about the different time and the different place it prompts the imagination to go, then by all means, please do. And I am a fan of pop culture. I'll enjoy the occasional light song or movie, but if you're like me, sometimes you just want something a little heavier. Sometimes I just want an object that's going to feel like it's infused with history and with all these different directions I can go. And I feel like from here, I can talk to a friend about what it was like back then, or I can start searching and researching as far as the culture that produced these chess pieces, or what what prompted them to game the way they did, or all sorts of different things as far as aesthetics, history of ideas, the people. So it's just a fun, interesting piece, and I know you'll enjoy receiving it. I can't wait to ship them out to you. So here's to you, and thank you for helping to support the project, and I'll mail you out one soon. Cheers.